Good morning and welcome to Crafters TV. Welcome to Wake Up Call. I am beside myself with joy this morning because...
You're not beside me, Leann.
Oh my word. Yes, I'm not beside Joy, I'm beside Sheena because we've been friends, Sheena, for...
We're not even going to say how many years.
We'll not say how many years.
Say that.
It's a lot of years. I did tell everybody about the craft hacker last week.
Did you? Did you do that?
About when we first met. Yes, we'll do that story at some point during the show.
Which is why I'm surprised they've let us do this. Yeah. Because we did used to keep getting split up, didn't we, like naughty kids?
Yeah, and they've let us for a whole 2 shows today.
Might be the last, so enjoy it.
Yes, exactly. They might never let it happen again. Oh, we've been friends for so many years, so I am privileged and proud to be stood here with you today, Sheena. I really am. You are going to have the best time over this Wake Up Call and masterclass that we've got for you today. We've got some great deals coming up, which are always exceptional, are they not? We've got a Sheena code for you today. So definitely you need your Sheena 10 code to get yourself 10% off everything on our website, with the exception of anything we had in Cartload last night, April launches and gift cards. So on the screen there that you can see, so if you're shopping for things that were not on Cartload, that are not our April launches and not gift cards, then basically what we've got in this show, then you're going to get a Sheena 10. But actually, if you fancy a machine, and Sheena's going to show you a little bit of stuff to do with our machines as well, you're going to be able to get 10% off that too. So have a look on the website and see what you can get your 10% off. It's good, that, isn't it?
That's brilliant.
We've got some goodie bags. Build a goodie bag for you. We've got a 45 for 40 and a £30 build a goodie bag. I'll give you more of those details later. Let's just have a talk. Sheena, what are you going to be showing us today?
We're going to be painting again, Leann, because we've got these fabulous acrylics from Pebble, which we know. Remember when we went to Marseille?
We did. We went to the Pebble head office, Marseille, together, like, didn't we?
Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
It was fantastic.
It was fab, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we've got the acrylic paint, so we're going to do some painting. But my new discovery, because I'm, the stuff that was there when, 5 years ago, so I'm familiar with, but what, you do not let the grass grow.
We don't.
It's like intensive kind of catch up with everything that's like, oh, I want that, oh, I need that, oh, I didn't realise you had that. And today we've got one of those things in these the multimedia dyes.
Yes.
These are brilliant because I am all for like foundation craft products. I like to have things that are keepers that are just there. You use them. They're the best investments are the ones you use time and time again. You bring in the stuff that you want to play with now and again because you think, oh, I've got to try a bit of that and do a bit of that. But those dyes are foundation.
It's like your core and your fun.
The core, exactly.
Yes,
that's it.
absolutely.
So they are, and there's so many places and times in my life that I will be using those dyes.
I must admit, when we did these, I did think to myself, Sheena would have loved these for Paint Fusion back in the day.
Perfect, because we had to
pre-manufacture them.
We did, absolutely.
We did all of the squares and ovals and hearts and all of those little bits and bobs.
And there's costs involved in there.
Absolutely.
So, and then, obviously space as well. So you just cut what you want, when you want. But we didn't even have all those sizes. We just had a size of the heart or a size of whatever.
Yeah.
Or maybe 3, I think we did. But even the tiny little ones for your multimedia, mixed media projects, for if you do, canvas texture work.
Absolutely.
So inexpensive, great way to get that relief and texture, but affordable, especially if you craft to sell.
100%, I agree with you. I think they're fantastic, and I can't wait to see what you do with them. We have got masterclass coming up today, and I'm very excited about masterclass because we're going to be doing some of these absolutely stunningly beautiful techniques with these Paint Fusion stamps, and it's what Sheena is, I think, synonymous for. I really do, because I remember back in 2012.
Wow, I know. Wasn't it just after I joined with Crafters?
It was.
And we did the first release of Paint Fusion, and it wasn't it record break? It was phenomenal.
It was record breaking at the time.
It was at the time, yeah. And remember, even Pebble couldn't keep up with the manufacturer.
No, couldn't keep up with the paints. Couldn't keep up. They couldn't keep up with the brushes.
They couldn't keep up with the brushes, and it was like, what's happened? But,
and Steve with the mount board factory. He was not a happy man.
No, we made a lot of people happy, didn't we? Yeah.
But it was such a phenomenal launch.
It was. We weren't expecting.
And I think it's timeless, Sheena, because here we are. That was 2012. Here we are again now in 2023. Absolutely. Where's that time gone? And it's still as relevant today as it was then.
And I think the thing is you've got stamps and die cutting. We know about stamps and die cutting. You've got stamps and stencils. Nobody, as far as I'm aware, has back then and since teamed up stamping and folk painting.
I agree.
That's the paint fusion.
It is.
It's not just stamping, and it's not just folk painting. You'll
No.
have people there who can offer you both. Obviously,
Yes.
hello, I've done a few stamps myself. But this, I think I'm the only person who's offering you the both together because they enhance each other. They make it easier. You don't have to be as good at the folk painting.
No.
When you've got the stamp to help
You don't. And I mean, I've tried, and we know it doesn't always end very well when I try. The Dementors.
The Voldemort night.
Voldemort Dementors across this. We'll tell you about that later. But if you can't get your brush where you need it, your stamps help you with that, don't you? We're going to see all of that in action. So before we go, I'm going to head over to my little space and leave Sheena with all her space here. Let's have a look at the website so you can see these fabulous goodie bags that we've got for you. There's the website. You can see your goodie bag there. We're going to click on Lily where it says goodie bag. And you can see the 3 categories we've got for you. We've got 6 for 30, 10 for 40 and 5 for 45. So if we pick one, which one did you go for, George? 6 for 30. So he's clicked on 6 for 30 and look at everything you've got down there where you're going to be able to choose to pick 6 of these things for £30 or $30. We can see we've got our flower form and foam, we've got stamens in there, we've got some Sarah's signature collections, some of the dragonflies in there, we've got some dies to build it up, we've got some lovely foliage in there. There's a whole collection of things where you can choose 6 of them for £30 or $30. Now that deal will end midnight tomorrow night on Thursday, wherever you are in the world. And let me just remind you about your Sheena code before we go any further, because you might see some things that you really love in this show. You've got your Sheena 10 today, all day till midnight, wherever you are in the world. Your Sheena 10 will get you 10% off anything you see in our show today. It'll get you 10% off anything on the website. Our exceptions are cartload deals last night, April launches, gift cards, subscriptions, but I don't think we've got any of those on there for you to choose anyway. So go and have a look and see what you want, because if you see the dies, you haven't got a machine to use them in, going to get 10% off a machine, and it's not very often we do that. We only do that when we've got a crafting legend in the house. And it is Sheena Day today, and I'm so happy that I'm going to be here for the majority of it with her. Now, the first thing we need to have a look at is our mount board. Johnny's telling me where it is. I can see it now, Johnny. Thank you, sir. Bottom left, Leann, bottom left. I'm looking everywhere other than bottom left. I'm going bottom left now, Johnny. No problem. Here we go. So we've got 3 sets of nesting dies for you. Brilliant. Johnny's like, bottom left, Leann, bottom left, Leann. I'm like, just looking, can't see them. So we've got 4 sets. Now, is this a choice of or a bundle? You're getting all of it? You never are. You're getting all of these? Wow, okay, so this is a great deal for you then, guys, because you've got your square multimedia dies, and it works out that you get your squares, your circles, I beg your pardon, and your mount board for free. Look how many dies you get in one of these sets, because they nest. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 dies in that one set. And you'll be able to see the sort of things you can do with them in a second. Sheila's going to show you how to cut mount board with them. You can cut much more than mount board. You can cut 8 layers of fabric. You can cut tin. You can cut felt. You can cut real leather, faux leather. So many different things. You've got your lovely triangle there. We've got our hearts. And we've got our circles. And you've got a significant amount of dies in each one. So you're getting fabulous value simply for the dies in that deal you've got there. And of course, you've got your mount board. And can I just check, Johnny? That's not including the 10% Sheena discount, is it? You can have it with the Sheena discount, so you could add it additional, couldn't you? So what the price you can see on the screen, you're going to take another 10% off by using your Sheena 10 code, which is going to take another £5 or $8.70-ish off your deal, which I think is fantastic, because that takes the dollars under 79 and it takes your pounds under the 50 point. So, you know, it really is an exceptional deal for you. Okay, so that's your mount board and dies. I can hardly believe we've got the dotty tape pens back in stock from yesterday. 12 pack, huge bundle for you. You know they'll have like hen's teeth. They come in and they go out again, and then you're all searching for those dotty tape pens, aren't you? Here it is. Here's the price coming for you on the screen. You can see that there. That is phenomenal to get 12 of our dotty tape pens at platinum price of £30.40 or £43.20 with a, how many? 35%. I don't know why we do this, because you love them and you buy them anyway, but we still just keep giving them to you on a fantastic deal. That's how generous we are here at Crafters TV. Definitely fill up your boots, and if you can afford to get more than one, do. Add, was this a deal last night on Cartload? So Sheena 10 will not work on that bundle. And I will, and you've got 35%. It would be a bit ridiculous sticking another 10% on there, wouldn't it? But what I will do through the show is flag for you when your Sheena 10 will work for you, and then you know what you're doing when you're checking out. So get yourself some of those tape pens as well. Johnny's just panicking. We haven't got the iPad. I've got my phone. And I've got the chats. We've got so many people, John. I'm going to have to keep doing this because that screen is further away than the one in the other studio. So apologies, the glasses are going to be on and off, on and off, on and off. Anne Clark says, hello and good morning, Leann and Sheena. Annie on YouTube, oh, Annie, thank you. Big kisses and hugs to you. I've been really looking forward to seeing these wonderful ladies. See if you think the same after masterclass later today, when all we've done is catch up on 5 years of gossip. Sandra Dundas says, everyone here, it's freezing cold, but at least it's not wet and miserable. I tell you how freezing cold it is. Am I doing it? I don't know if I can get my leg up that high. Well, anyway, I've got Birkenstocks on today. I might show you later. If George can angle one of the I'll take a photograph and I'll share it on my Facebook page. I've got my Birkenstocks on today. I shouldn't have done it. So I've had to go and find some fluffy pyjama socks. So I've got trousers, fluffy pyjama socks and Birkenstocks on today. Imagine that if you can.
It's a great look.
I mean, what's it look like, Sheena?
I'm going to adopt that.
Are you going to do it? Are you going to rock it?
I tell you what.
Thank you, Sheena. I like I feel I'm down with the kids. The Deeper Ink says, hoi hoi everyone, have a great day. Hello to you. Debbie Durant says, hello everybody. Hello Debbie. Sarah Brown says, hello from Melbourne, Australia. Alicia Gordon says, hello from Arkansas. Peace and love to everyone. Thank you, Alicia. And we're joined today, of course, by the fabulous crew. So you've got me and Sheena, we've got Johnny producer, George directing, Tracy's outside, and we've got the lovely Rachel, our social media superstar, joining us today. So please do get your questions in. It's always a bit dangerous when we're together, so if you want any background gossip, things that might have happened in the last 15 years, get your questions in, and if we feel like we can share, you never know. Product ideas, send product ideas in. Anything you want to see Sheena do or teach, let us know the type of thing, because she would love to be able to have that information from you, because she's such an educator. And product ideas for me, anything you want to see us develop. You've got us here together, you've got the two heads coming into one, so we'd be very happy to receive that feedback from you as well. Zig and Zag, very definitely, right again. George, I need you to find me a picture of Zig and Zag that we can share with everybody. So for those of you at home, those of you or maybe in the US who don't know who Zig and Zag are, we'll show you our puppet alter egos, and then you can tell us which one you think Zig and which one you think Zag. We're going to stop listening to me and we're going to head over to Sheena and see what she's got to show us with those fantastic multimedia dies. Sheena, me love.
Well, I'll tell you what I can tell you as well.
Yeah.
I've got a drawing of Zig and Zag.
Have you?
Well, yes, because, you know, just for pleasure, of an evening, I started sketching in a book, and it just was random sketches, and then it was things that was relating to stuff in my life, and it became more of a memory book. And we were talking, so I drew a picture of Zig and Zag, which I'll bring in for the masterclass. I'll show you the drawings, and then you can see.
I pinched them off you before. I'm just going to give you them back in case you need them.
Shall we start with the stuff that I was really super excited about and show you about these dies, because we're going to be doing more of these in the masterclass, because they are the perfect surface for painting. They make things that look so saleable, so sellable, but for what you need, if you know, the time's the same, whether you pay a lot of money for a base item or you find something that's you can upcycle, like for example this one here, just a little empty you know, kitchen container that's had something in it, porridge or something I want to say, and it's just
Looks like gravy granules to me.
Oh, it could be gravy granules.
Yeah.
You'd like a lot of gravy to have a one that big, wouldn't you? so what you're using is just a bit of black gesso,
Yeah.
and then you transform it with that. So
Amazing.
this is what. So inexpensive. Look for stuff that is a no cost or very low cost, and mount board comes under that very low cost banner. So what I'm going to do, what I thought is just show you how how to cut out this mount board to start off with. Because not just for paint fusion, I was just thinking to Leann when I was playing with, because we're saying as well, you know, as I said earlier, there's things that are new to me. These are new to me. I haven't even started to scratch the surface. I'm singing in my head only, Leann, you're safe, we've only just begun. I've got Karen Carpenter's
Right. So,
husky
Sheena,
tones going on.
I must just tell you a thing that happens in the product development team.
Right.
And you'll understand this because me and you, we talk in songs, don't we?
All the time.
Literally, our conversations are in song.
We finish the sentence, yeah.
With a song.
Song blue, exactly, just like that.
Just like that.
Sing a song.
Sing a song, all of them.
Yeah.
Now, I do that all the time in product development meetings too, and we've got a Chivs tunes list on my whiteboard, Sheena. So when I think of a song during a general conversation, we write it on and it gets made into a Chivs tunes list. I'm going to add Karen Carpenter on today.
There you go.
So anything we discuss today, we'll have a playlist.
After just that.
And we'll share it on my Facebook page so everybody can listen to
we'll
it.
probably have a full playlist in the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, probably. Probably.
But, yeah.
Anyway, we digress again.
Right. So here's the thing. We've only just begun to start playing with these and thinking of the times in my life these are going to come into play. So let's start with a simple time they're going to come to. The time that's the obvious one right now, because I'm going to be fusioning. And, you know, there's a group that set up the last time when we set up, independent of me completely, and they called themselves the Fusioneers. I love that, Fusioneers. I want to believe they had a secret, like, kind of a salute or, like a secret, like, club knock on the door, something like that. But they're the Fusioneers. So I've got my base plate, I've got my mount board, I've got one of the kind of a medium-sized shape for each of these. I feel like, again, another reference is like play school when you were a kid. Do you remember that? Which shape windows are going to be through today? And I've got my spacer plate and my other cutting mat. That's the sandwich for these. We don't need anything else in there because these are, mount board is very, very super thick. And to be honest, I'm not really worried if I need a little bit of catching up today because I know that Leann's there. The Gemini Meister will tell me if I've missed anything or I've, but the thing is, I've tried many die cutting machines, I've got to say, Leann. And remember when we launched this in America? Remember all those time ago? Yes,
Was us?
I was there.
You were?
But we've put virtually everything, bar a bit of 2x2 through it.
Exactly.
We were anything we go
We
through,
were just running around the show going, try that in the machine.
People were bringing me tooling leather, bringing crafting leather. And then so we're going, yeah, go on, we'll give it a try, and we're cutting it through. And then they were bringing things like tooling leather through.
Yes.
It was the buzz of the show.
It was.
People were queuing up to say, will it cut this?
Will it cut this? We literally had customers running around the show, stealing things off other stands, not really stealing, saying, can I have that? Running back to Sheena and going, put that through, does it cut that?
Absolutely.
It was fantastic, wasn't it?
It was amazing.
Those
and
were
it was
the days.
when you've got something that there's nothing out there like that, you know, there's just nothing, you know, the Gemini has got the power.
Yes.
Yes, you can reduce the power by putting a thinner sandwich through, but I want the power to start with. It's like, you know, if you haven't got it, you can't get it from somewhere. So there
Absolutely.
you go. So what I've got is I've cut that out.
I've got this one. I've got the power.
Got the power.
I've got the power. That song's in my head now. That's going on the list.
Another gift. That's two for the playlist. So I'm going to use these, and I'm going to use them as templates. So
okay.
I'm going to inking through them. I'm not going to throw those away. Keep your waste. You'll come back to them, okay? Especially for your projects, wall art and stuff like that. So that's that. Now, I was shocked. Well, I shouldn't have been, but how easy these. There's no fluffy edges. There's no, and you know what I love?
What do you love?
They finish them off, Leann.
Yeah.
You've got that little kind of like, it looks like it. Imagine if it was wood, it would be routed.
Yes.
Do you see me with me DIY?
I mean,
impressed?
when have you ever routed anything?
No.
No.
But I think that's
Just
what
check
it is. I know you can cut with a saw and there's different ones, right? But that gives it that kind of recessed thing around the outside.
Yes.
I believe it's a router.
Yes, I believe it is.
Right?
Something like that.
And it finishes off lovely. Johnny says, well, right, now look at this nose.
I mean, look at us.
And so you've got these fabulous shapes, just like that. But should I tell you what my epiphany was just
Go on.
earlier?
I love
Right.
it when you have an epiphany.
It's fabulous, isn't it?
It
It was
is.
like,
Did all of your worlds align? Yeah.
it was like, yeah, that heavenly music
Yes.
happened and everything. So I was thinking, I've been, painting
Yes.
and doing me that watercolouring. I'm loving watercolouring. So Leann, you've gifted me in a crafting sense
Yes.
so much of what I need in my life. I haven't had a chance to even tell Leann this. So we're having a moment. Just go
Just
with
me
us.
and Sheena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things I'm
What have
loving
I gifted
is
you?
the low tack tape. I can't find it. Bear with.
Yes.
It's here somewhere. I've got it here. The
Yeah.
low tack tape. Now, I use this all the time for my watercolouring.
Yes.
Right? So picture it. I've
Oh,
got my
yes.
watercolour card.
Yes, I know. I've seen you do
when
it.
when you tape it around
Yes.
the side, fabulous. But not also for this
Yes.
time. So that was perfect. The other thing, when you watercolour, you sometimes want to finish it off. You buy in mount board like mats and frames.
Yes.
Right? And there's a cost involved. Right?
There is. Significant.
Well, here's my epiphany, right? Look at this. We've got fabulous, perfect frames that are going to mean I can just go and get an inexpensive little, picture frame. Maybe
Yeah.
like the, the ones that are like, you can get them like 3D type ones
Yes.
and stuff. And I can cut out.
You get them in the
and
Swedish
mount.
place that sells meatballs.
That's the place.
Yes.
You have to have. Do they still do the jam with the meatballs? The
Yes, you still get your
Yeah.
loganberry with your meatballs. I love it.
Yeah, you see, I have to have that. I'm a bit like Buddy the Elf, though, Leann. Everything, if it's got a bit of sugar or syrup on it, I'll have it.
Me too.
Yeah, so right, we've popped that on there, and then we're going to pop this on here, and then we're going to run this through the machine.
Yeah.
And let me show you. So for me, for my watercolouring, perfect. I'm just going to push that along because it's quite a big, good size bit of mount board there. So
Yes.
you want to make sure it's going to fit this in your sandwich there. And this was my, yes, fantastic. More reasons in my life, bear with, that I'm going to use these.
Brilliant. I love that. And do you know what, Sheena? I genuinely hadn't thought about using them as a frame, mount board frames. Hadn't. And I'm loving the epiphany because there are so many different ways you're going to be able to use them. I'm thinking a little die cut frame it. You don't have to be a watercolorer. Could be a butterfly that you've die cut. Could be something that you've stamped and coloured. Oh, there's no show without punch.
Check it out, check it
Honestly, she cannot leave us to have me little bit of fun with me mate from years ago. Here she is.
I heard you two.
Here.
I've realised. I do that. What I should have done is I should have walked in like that.
Yeah, you should have.
And then you wouldn't have looked.
I'm on my platform.
She's got the step
Sean,
on.
look, I've got
wasn't
mine.
gonna tell everyone.
I've told them already.
Oh.
Yeah, because
We've both got our Berkeley's on.
yeah,
With
I've got my
fluffy
pyjama socks on.
She has got her pyjama socks
Yeah, I
on.
have. Yeah.
It's a good look. Are you having fun?
We're having the best
Well,
time.
a great time.
It's
Yeah, well,
like
brilliant.
honestly, it's like turning back the clock.
I know. I did say it was going to be dangerous. You two.
I mean, we've just chin-wagged a lot, I have to say, but it's all about the fun, isn't it, and sharing the love.
Well, have fun. I'll be out there watching you
All
on
right,
the
my
little
love.
screen.
Okay.
Right. Have fun
See you
all of
later.
you.
Thank you. You smell divine. You have to tell me what that is later. Okay. Oh, birthday present. I need to know what it is. She smells
Very
gorgeous.
nice.
So now, Sheena, I hadn't, back to the frames,
Yeah.
back in the room. I hadn't done that
Brilliant.
before.
But look,
I love
see,
it.
How perfect. That is such a nice bit of dimension. Look at this. Look. Watch. So you've got, I should have put it against a bit of coloured card. Bear with. Just so you can see. So not just one frame, you might want to do a bit of fancy extra framing like that. Oh, it could be, I'm thinking of, you know that, well, I'm going to say it, you know, a bit like the Harry Potter symbol. Put the triangle in the
Yes,
middle.
put the triangle in the middle.
Well, back to the Dementors.
Back to the
thing.
Dementors,
Yeah,
yes.
so
Yeah, I need to tell you about the Dementors. We were doing a watercolour technique years ago, honestly, and I forget what technique it was or what show. We were doing a show together. I don't know if we were going to America, whether it was a television show. I cannot remember what it was, but it was watercolour. And I wasn't at that time. I'm still not anywhere near as good as Sheena, but I can hold my own now, but I couldn't at the time. Sheena was helping me out. So I said, right, tell you what, I'll cook you tea, come round and show me how to do it. She said, yes, okay, I'm coming round. So Sheena came round to my house, cooked tea, lovely. We got all the paints out.
yeah.
And literally, Sheena said, to make a lovely cloud up here, so it looks a bit like night time, you take that and you go, bup, 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 and it'll look fabulous. I thought, I could do that. Bup, bup, bup. Dementors, Harry Potter, all the way across the card. They were
seriously
literally
looked
sucking
like-
the life out
It
of that
looked like
project.
every Death Eater on the globe had just masked
into that
And
one
it was
project.
like, yeah, this is not right, is it?
No,
She
and she
went,
was like,
"No."
oh,
No.
true professional. She went, oh, well, we might just have to work on that a little bit. We'll try another one. I'm like, try another one. Honestly, it was so
It was
funny.
atmospherically.
It was
wonderful,
definitely
actually, and
atmospheric.
drama. The drama was amazing.
The
It scared
drama
me.
was amazing.
It scared me.
It scared me as well.
Should we do a background?
Yes, go on.
Because I was thinking
Hey,
also...
I'm just thinking, you know, when you cut those
Yeah,
frames out, I'm having
yeah.
an epiphany.
Yeah, back to the...
When you're cutting shapes out, like if you're cutting yourself a rectangle, you should just do yourself a frame at the same time because you're going to cut the
Absolutely.
centre. The centre's almost the waist.
It's always going to be the size.
So you've got a twofer
And then cut a thicker frame as
and
well.
cut a thicker frame.
Because sometimes you want that extra kind of mount board mat. And a tiny little thing. Oh, I've got to try this at some point. So the lavender, for example.
Yes.
Little thing in the middle, a little image can look much more kind of like the star of the show, special, if you do a thicker, deliberate frame around it.
We
you
should
know,
try
where you have
that.
those little- yeah,
We'll try that.
look cool.
So just before Sheena does our background, I'm just going to show you this bundle. What we do, are we doing the dies and the mount board? Sorry, I've got the other bundle. And then we'll do that one. So your dies and your mount board, just to show you what Sheena was using there when she was showing your hair epiphany with the frame. It was this bundle that we've got for you, where you've got 4 sets of your multimedia dies. It's like you're getting the circles and the mount board for free, everybody. But you're getting the circles, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 circles. You're getting your hearts, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hearts. You're getting your triangles, and you've got 7 of those, and you're getting your squares, and you've got 9 of those. And they nest beautifully, so we don't leave any space. We use every little bit of space available and give you a fantastic nesting set with all of those different sizes and shapes. And if you think Sheena only used 2 of those dies to create that frame, 2 dies and a panel to paint in one cut with a mount board, it makes it extremely good value for money. So you're getting all 4 of those plus a full pack of your mount board, 10 sheets in there, and that's the white single-sided mount board, which is great. We've got less than 50 of these available for you now. Your platinum price is on the screen, which is $55.99 or $87.19 in dollars. Don't forget, you can add your Sheena 10 to that and get yourself an extra 10% off. So that's going to be an extra £5.50 off the UK platinum price and an $8.70 off the dollar price platinum on your screen, which is definitely what you want to do. This, to your point earlier on in the show, Sheena, is a core item.
It's amazing because
that you just need.
Absolutely, because the other thing I was thinking, if you make cards to sell, you're going to be batch making. How many, like, you know, watercolour card, or how much Centura Pearl, how many sheets do you think one of those dies will
One of
cut?
those dies will
The
cut.
extra
I
thick.
think it's about 6.
What? Really?
Yes.
In one fell
In
swoop?
one pass.
So that's a big time saver.
Huge time saver.
Well, there you go. I
I'm
mean, if
sure
you're going to
it's
have
6
nesting sheets, you
sheets
may as well
of
have the
Centura.
ones that are tougher, deeper, much
Deeper.
deeper cut. And
Well, you can cut so much more with them as well. It just opens up possibilities of trying different crafts. Craft metal, you know, your aluminium cans.
Oh, yeah.
If you drink, just flatten your aluminium can.
Well, there
it'll
again.
cut that.
Throwaway item.
Throw away.
Brilliant.
Recycle.
I love that. That's,
Yeah,
that's
packaging plastic.
Yeah.
For using all of that, you can
Yeah.
die cut that. They're acetate, several layers of just honestly, they're
no, it's
fantastic.
a great deal.
They
That is
really
a
are.
fabulous deal.
Now then, Sheena's about to show you a background, and I just wanted to share with you this other deal that we've got for you on the show, because this would be my top tip, the mount board and the nesting dies for sure, but in terms of getting a great range of paint for all of the colours and all of the things, the samples that you see on the show, all of the things Sheena shows you, this is what you need to be able to see, and you've got 20 tubes in here and a brush. And you get right, so we've got a picture, so you're getting this plus that huge tube of white acrylic paint in there. Gosh, you do like a lot of white. You use the white a lot, don't you, Sheena?
Leann, because those colours will last you ages. Because usually to get that that shading, you use the white with a colour. most of the time.
So you use a lot more of it.
You use that to like the power of 5, power of 10, which is why that's like 5 times the size.
Well, I'm
so
really
20
grateful
mils
you
of the
thought
tubes,
of that. Yes.
That's 100 mils.
Yes, I suppose if you wanted to make the tubes a pastel tone as well, you would mix it with that white.
Exactly what you would do.
Ah, okay, cool. So that's brilliant that Sheena's put that bundle together for you. Thank you, Sheena. So you're getting the paints and the tube of paint in there, and a brush, which is in the box, which is fantastic. Now, you also may need our stamps. Now, all of these you're getting, all 7 sets for, I can't hardly believe the price on the screen, because these are photopolymer. And whenever we bring you a stamp from Sheena, here at Crafters TV, when we're producing the product for Sheena, Sheena has put her foot down with a very firm hand, haven't you, darling? And said, photopolymer is the only type of stamp I want. So that's what we're going to do. So these are photopolymer for you. You've got beautiful stamps in here. There are so many different things you can do with them, and Sheena will show you that. We've got some samples we'll have a look through in a second. You've got that with the butterfly. I made, back in the day, my niece one of the big hat boxes with this flower and butterfly on for her 16th birthday.
Oh.
She is 28 and she still uses it.
Wow. You see, these are keepsakes. These are things
keepsakes.
that hand painted, you know.
And she loves it. It's still on her dressing table.
Yeah.
I did it when you first launched it 12 years ago. She was 16 for her 16th birthday. It's a lovely big hat box with the flowers and the butterflies on. Followed Sheena's teachings. I was dead proud of it, gave it to her. She loved it so much that to this day, 12 years later, it's on her dressing table.
There you go.
And
That's
she loves
what
it. And I think that's what you're creating with these types of things with the mount board. It's not a giveaway piece. It's not an in-the-moment piece. It's not a fashion piece. It's a real heirloom. It's a gift of love and time, and it's something that somebody's going to want to keep.
And once you've got that skill, once you've done it, Leann, doesn't matter how long you leave it. It's like riding a bike. You really just come back and it's like, oh, and you're done. Fabulous. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant.
So I'll quickly show you the design. So we've got that flower and butterfly. This set is probably the most usable. I love this because this is, when you're a new starter, this is where you're going to get quick results really easily, and they're going to look beautiful. Yeah. And then you're going to build up your skills and your experience. We've got the lovely poppy. We've got the berries, which I've still got the tissue box you painted for me, Sheena, in the berries. It's in the living room. You've got the fantastic lilac in there. I feel it could be a buddleia as well. You've got that beautiful rose, and you've got your daisy. And I did my mum, when she got married to Ian, my stepdad, she got one of those big hat boxes, decorated in the daisies for all of her wedding keepsakes when she got married to Ian. So honestly, just it is lovely to be able to create those keepsakes, and I can genuinely say to you, Sheena taught me how to do paint fusion 12 years ago, and I have used that technique to create keepsakes for my family, and they still hold them dear to their heart today, and that's what you're going to be able to achieve at home. So brilliant deal on the stamps there for your platinum price at $37.99 and $47.19. Don't forget your Sheena 10 will work, so you take another £3.70, $4.70 off of your price. So please do remember to put your Sheena 10 in, and then you will need your brushes finally. And this set of brushes is the original set of brushes that Sheena put together 12 years ago. They're still selling. You'll know when you watch us painting, when you watch me painting on Academy of Colour, these are the brushes that I'm using all of the time, still to this day, 12 years later. 10% of this stock is already gone, and you're going to get all 4 of them for £5.11 or $7.59, and you can take your Sheena 10 off that. So please do fill your boots. So top tips: get your mount board, get your dies, get your stamps, get your paints, get your brushes, and you are good to go. And now we're going to watch the magic that is Sheena.
Oh. Well, I'm thinking we should do a couple of easy backgrounds, okay? So, and we'll do more of this in the masterclass. So I have got, kind of make a suggestion. If you, those brushes are phenomenal. You'll know if you've used them. They're brilliant. They've got a nice soft grip handle, which is really important for this technique as well, because you're going to want to control the brushes, like that little bit of turn. So they are really, really perfect for that. If I can make a suggestion, get a set of brushes for your fusion and a set for your other painting. And eventually you'll get ones that look like they've kind of, you've used them quite a bit. And that's what I'm going to use to create these backgrounds with. Don't use your nice brand new, like perfectly shaped ones. Use a one that's maybe a little bit less in shape. I can relate to that, just saying. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a couple of quick backgrounds. The first one, I'm going to base coat this one with a colour. So I'm going to use, you can use anything. You can use, let's use this purpley colour. So I'm just going to pop some of this acrylic on there like that. Not any more than that, because the thing is, you can water these down. This is just going to be a base for the next bit I'm going to do. So I'm going to paint that on there. And can you see how it's not, I'm using quite a bit of water. I'm being frugal with it because, again, it doesn't need to be any more opaque than that. So that is going to serve that purpose perfectly, just like that. So
and that's with the acrylic paint, Sheena?
These are the acrylic paints, yeah. So there's nothing exciting or wow about that, but it's just necessary for the next bit. Okay,
yes,
so that's that. So I'm just cleaning this brush out again. You'll find another big tip, get yourself plenty of paper to clean up, because acrylic paints, it's easier if you clean the paint off the brush before you clean it in your water, because you don't have to change the water as frequently. So we're going to pop that to one side. This one, show you another really quick, nice, good distressed looking background that is super, super simple and quick. So I'm going to use some gesso. Gesso, which is Italian for gypsum or chalk. And that's what gesso, that's what what it's all about. So traditionally, something you would paint on a base coat to before you do your other painting. Back in the day, you know, oil paints can be corrosive because you're using like linseed oil, you're using like terps and things like that to thin it down, which could corrode the canvas. So what you would do is you would paint your canvas first with something that would protect it. And that's what gesso is. So, but we love it because we use a lot of it, and we're using it in mixed media and things. So what I'm doing is I'm using the gesso as a really inexpensive base chalky coat, which will like that chalky finish. And I'm dragging, can you see how just dragging a tiny little bit of that colour through there looks really cool.
I mean, honestly, anybody can do that, can't they, Sheena?
Anybody can do it.
Yes, it makes it so easy. We have got the gesso on the website. So please do go and have a look on the website. We're going to try and get you the details for the screen during the show. Oh, here we are. We've got it for you. There you are, look. That says black, but there is the white option on there as well that you can get. Look how reasonable that is, Sheena.
Oh,
and £3.59 platinum price for that tube.
You need it in your life.
Tube.
Honestly.
And $5.03. Plus, you're going to get your Sheena 10 off that, Sheena.
What? You just need gesso. Honestly, trust me, you need that in your life. It's been in my life all the time.
Yes.
That's it. It doesn't go. It's something that you're going to use time and time again. Again, it's one of those products that is so inexpensive that and it does a lot. You get a lot of payback for it.
Yes.
Does that make sense? So absolutely. So what I'm doing, I'm just blending that out a little bit. So if this is a little bit dark, that blue's a little bit intense, so I'm just blending it out with a little bit more white. But that's basically what I want, is a really cool, distressed background.
I love that.
Super easy to do. I'm going to wipe this up, and then I'm going to show you
what to do with that. Have you got your gesso tube there?
I have.
I just want, can I pinch it for a second?
Yes.
I just want to show everybody how massive it is.
Bigger, yeah.
Look at it beside my head. It's as big as my head. You've got 250 mils in there for £3.59 or $5.03. Look at the size of it. I mean, if you just go look at the tube, it's like that. But look, it's huge for that price. It's going to last you an awful long time. And I know, Sheena, because I've known you a lot of years, guess what? You use it every day practically when you're crafting paint. You use it all the time.
We've got more than one tube of it at home.
Yes.
Multiple
tubes. It's like me and my foundation. Yeah, and you need it in your life. Now then, Sheena's just getting herself ready to show you some other things. So let's just have a chat and see who's with us as well. And we'll have a look at a couple of these samples too, because these have used the mount board. Why not? Maeve says, that's amazing. Just ordered the bundle. I'll be singing to the postman every day, waiting for it to come. Please, Mr. Postman, we'll put that on the playlist, Maeve. Look and see if you have crafts parcel.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Stop. Wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Yay, Mr. Postman. And Mr. Postman, wait and see. Ooh. That one, yes. That's the one that's going on the list. Thank you, Maeve. Do you have a crafter's parcel for me? Ooh, Mr. Postman. Anyway, Michelle says, will the multimedia dyes work on paint canvas?
What was that, sorry?
Will the multimedia dyes work on paint canvas?
Paint canvas. Paint canvas can be a little bit wibbly wobbly, flexible.
Yes.
So you'd want a good glue to stick on it. and I would put something underneath your canvas. You know, if I'm stamping on canvas,
Yes.
I usually I've put a pile of books underneath it before.
Yes.
Put the canvas over the books.
Yes.
And then you can stamp on with a rigid thing.
Yes.
I would do something similar to that.
Yes.
I'd use a strong glue. You're the glue meister. It would be possibly tacky glue. Yeah, that would probably do it.
That would do it.
Hold it until it's well set. But
Yes.
yeah.
And then
Sure.
and then put it on. I think
Yeah.
it should, because
Sure.
as long as you're not expecting to put a mounted canvas through your machine, because that wouldn't fit through the gap. If it's just the canvas that goes on, yeah, I'm sure it will. Okay, so hope that answers that for you, Michelle. Sylv Sparkly says, I use the nesting dies to frame die cuts. I think it looks so much neater than matting and layering. I like that, Sylv.
I like that.
That's an epiphany we've all had today. Right, Michelle Harris says, are mount board and canvas nearly the same? No. Mount board is a porous card, which is smooth. Canvas is a textured weave for painting on. I would say.
Think of it as very thick, heavy kind of cloth, like kind of almost sackcloth, but tight weave.
Right.
Tough.
Tough.
And those should cut through that.
It
fine
should.
as well. Yeah,
but
absolutely.
it's different to mount board.
It's different to mount board, yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Betty says, today will be an info overload with all that talent in one place. I can't wait. Rachel says, I have a tube of Guess On, it lasts forever. Rachel's also shared that she has got her flip-flops on and she is going to put her fluffy socks on in the break too. Thank you, Rachel. Are you ready for us?
I am. So shall I, this is a gift to those of you who want to do a Crackle paint background, because you can buy Crackle paint mediums, right? And there's a cost involved.
There is.
But what you need is your tacky glue, and you're going to paint your tacky glue over your background like this. So maybe put a little bit more on, but I mean tacky glue, again, how affordable? How affordable? It is, you've got it there for your regular crafting as well. So I'm going to paint this on. Now, thing to know, the thicker the glue and the wetter when you put the paint on top, the deeper the crackles are going to be. Also, it tends to crackle to split in the direction that you're brushing. All right, so this will be kind of longer kind of splits in this. So I'm going to brush that on there.
Oh, I like that. So, I'm sorry, question.
Yes.
If you went crosshatch,
yes, it should be more
it should be more like crazy paving.
Exactly.
Right.
Should we try that?
No, I love
Let's
that.
do
I
it
was just
that way.
asking.
Yeah,
Yes.
all right. So now the next thing is when you want to put the paint on top. And in this case, we're going to use gesso again. Oh, can I borrow your gesso back?
No, rude.
I've got always gesso. Oh. Okay.
There you go.
No, cheers, thank you. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to pop some gesso on here, and I'm probably going to put quite a bit on there because you're going to have to lay it on thick, okay? And I am also going to put a little bit of
but when it's
colour
only
in it.
£3 on a tube, you can afford to lay it on
Afford
thick.
it.
Can't
It's
you?
brilliant, and it's the perfect surface because
Yeah.
it is chalk. That's it. Italian for gesso for chalk. So that chalk paint finish, perfect. And all you're going to do is tint it. So let's make it a little bit more kind of. I don't want to put too much acrylic in. Here's this important thing. It only crackles because it's more of a brittle consistency. All right. So you basically need.
Look at how little you need to
Hardly
tint
any.
that,
So
Sheena.
and the thing is acrylic Leann is elastic.
Yes.
Right? So what you're going to do, ideally, you want this to just start to dry. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to dry, but don't get too close with the heat gun.
No.
Hold back, just so that it starts to go from milky to just about there. Right. Okay.
Right.
When you do it, you'll get the hang of it, and you'll get, oh yeah, that's about what I want. And then you're going to paint your paint on top of that. And like I said, it's really
It's
important.
kind of almost when it's just starting to go transparent, but it hasn't.
No,
Not fully
that's
dry.
right, exactly. And I'm going to paint that on there and lay it on thick. Don't go over and over. Resist the temptation to go over and over.
Right.
Because then you're mixing the surface with the underneath.
Right.
What causes that reaction to the crackle is that they're drying at different rates.
Right.
So all you're going to have is like an emulsion hybrid kind of thing that if you mix them together. So, but you can see already. Look, can you see?
It's happening in front of our
In front of your very
eyes.
eyes. You know what helps it happen
It's
quicker as well?
magic.
Hot air, don't know where that's coming from.
Really?
It's going to be dry in no time with us too. The
Yeah,
talk.
well, yeah, I was going to say the amount of hot air in this room
It's going
today.
to dry before it's out the tube, Leann.
Yes.
But can you see how it's such a... But
Look at it happening in front of our eyes.
How inexpensive is that? This is something I brought to you when we launched Pain Fusion the first time, because I love to be able to give you something. This is what you need. So if you invest in this product, if we can give you anything that is a massive money saver with something that you've got in the house, like your glycerin, or you can get in the house, or your glue, and it'll save you on some another product. I think from a crafting kind of viewpoint, I think that's exactly where...
Can we look at that again now? Look how much it's changed again, just in that 30 seconds of talking.
Yeah. How cool is that?
Sheena hasn't done a thing to that. It's magically happening in front of your eyes.
Yeah.
And I'm just asking for everybody out there, will using a heat gun on top of that hamper the progress?
If you leave it.
You're best to leave it to do its own thing.
You can encourage it a little bit. Let's have a look. Let's have a try. And then I need it obviously to wipe this up.
Because I know, see, I'm an impatient person, as you know, and so I would be tempted to whip my heat gun out. But if it's better to leave it alone, it's good for everyone to know, isn't it?
Yes, it's like if you use a salt technique with your water-based
best leaving it alone.
You've got to leave it. Yeah, let it be.
Now that's good with that heat gun because you've got 2 speeds.
How do you say let it be? What? Sorry, let it be.
Let it be. We'll add that to the playlist. Let it be. Let it be, let it be.
Go on forever. I
won't do that. I will say I would whip my heat gun out, but I think it's good that heat gun because it's got a lower speed, lower heat.
I love it. I have found that out.
And it's quiet. You can talk over the top of it.
We can talk over the top of anything.
We can. That's
we can talk over the top of
it. Doesn't need to be a good heat gun to do that.
Let's face it.
But look, so yes, I can say I think it's better to leave it. Let it be. In the words of John.
Yeah. But can you see that's super
amazing.
effective, isn't it?
Love it. Absolutely lovely.
Right, so here's the thing as well. This is on mount board. Picture this. Picture it. A dresser. As something from the thrift shop. Something you're going to just like, you know, get rid of.
Coffee table.
It's had its day. It's not there. You can do that on a much bigger scale. And then as long as you protect it thoroughly, I would say a good way to start is a quick spray of like, you know, a spray and shine or something for mount board. That's great. But furniture, as long as you use like a hard varnish or a like a wax, you know, furniture wax, and build it up. So yeah, again, money saver. Thinking of crafting, if you're
upcycling home
as well. That's exactly.
You know, like you buy charity shops, old trays. You know, like old tea trays.
Yeah.
You could get yourself old tree trays for like £2 and do that and then get all your Pain Fusion stamps on it. That would be fantastic as well, wouldn't it? There are so many different things. I must just show you this. You know, we see these little slate plaques everywhere, don't we? Pretty inexpensive in all of the home bargainy type shops that you see. And this is one being done by Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. And she took one of those slate plaques and then just done one of those backgrounds and then used the stamps on there to make a lovely little design. So that's now a piece of wall art.
It's amazing, and my team are amazing. I said to my team, I said, right, how many of you are fusioneers? Because some of them joined since Pain Fusion. And it's like, we should see, they're all up for it. And Julie on my team, I was just saying, she's been regularly selling products that she's painted and upcycled all this time. That's what
for the last 12 years.
And she's like, I've got I can make some things for you for the show for sure.
That is fantastic, isn't it? It really is brilliant. Look, this is showing you that Crackle background that Sheena has just done for you. This one must have been done cross-hatch, but it's the same effect. And look how beautiful it is when you put your flowers over the top of it and then that little vignette with your ink. It doesn't have to be big things. It can be little fridge magnets if you want to do that. It can be lovely little hangers. This was the stamp set that I used for my niece's sweet 16th box that I did for her. You can do other little pieces of artwork that will hang. Look, using those mount board hearts and then decorating them up with the different stamps. Looks absolutely beautiful. Do it in a traditional colourway with the creams, with those poppies. Look at this with the black card, and we've got the black gesso. So exactly what Sheena was showing you with that white gesso. Look how much more folky it looks when you use that black gesso underneath. Get them both.
Get them both. You know what you can do? Another thing you can do, I would say if you can, pop the Pebeo Gilding Wax in. If you haven't got Pebeo Gilding Wax in yet, that's the perfect quick finish to those edges on your mount board as well.
Yes, I did that on the Sweet 16th box. It's still there on the Sweet 16th box for my niece.
Absolutely.
And all these years later, it's still there. That's that lovely crackle background again that you can see. Look how absolutely exquisite it is. This is a bookmark on a card. Make bookmarks for gifts. For
fridge magnets.
Fridge magnets.
Little mount board things. All you need to do is, again, spray and shine.
Yeah.
Little bit of, sticky magnet on the back. Look, and they're the keep. Card you wouldn't keep necessarily. That you take off the card and it's keeper.
This,
notebooks.
Look, notebook.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just cheap notebooks. Guess all the front. Do you pick? That is exactly the background that you've just shown everybody.
That is absolutely it.
You've got to be quick for the gesso. It's flying.
Well, I'm not surprised.
Right, okay, so the gesso is the star of the show at the minute. It is absolutely, and the nest and dies and mount board as well. Oh, and the stamps and the paint. Okay, everything. So what you need to do is get the things that we're telling you to get. Remember to use your Sheena 10 code. That's really important for you to do that too. We're going to give you a little minute to check out your baskets before those things disappear and you're very sad that you missed them. So remember, you need your mount board and dies, you need your paint set, your acrylic paint set, you need your brushes, and then you need your stamps as well. And you will be able to do and get your gesso, and you'll be able to do everything that Sheena's shown you. All of those things are relevant with your Sheena 10 code. Make sure you put that in your basket and save your 10% across the board. While you're checking out and getting yourself, so you're not feeling anxious that you're going to miss out on anything, we've got a little video for you. You probably need a break from listening to me and Sheena waffle on anyway, and we'll be back in about 3 minutes or something like that. Maybe not even that long. See you in a minute.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comfort of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze. If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
The one that was really funny, Ben, you didn't.
It was better than your I'm a gnome and I live in a caravan.
I am a gnome and I live in a caravan. Can we clip that?
We'll do it.
Everybody's gone surfing, surfing USA.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up. at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Welcome back. I hope you've managed to check out and get the things that you're interested in. So many of you sharing what you're interested in, what you're enjoying in the show. I think the black gesso might be hanging on by a silvery thread. So we'll check that for you. Karen Rawlings says, that is a nice amount of dies in that bundle. Yes, Karen, it is, because it's approximately 4/8. It's approximately 8, 16, 24. It's approximately 32 dies.
No,
It's
not
a lot.
quite, I was then.
I mean, I struggled a little bit because I was going to say 40, but yes. So it's approximately 32-ish. But that is a nice amount of dies, Karen. Colleen Calpasardi on Facebook, she says, I love listening to you, Leann and Sheena, with all your ideas and songs. Buckle up, Colleen. You've got another hour today and then a 2-hour masterclass later. I'm sure we'll be sharing more with you. Betty said, more singing for sure. Betty Weaver. Hello, Betty. Betty says, today will be an info overload with all that talent in one place. You're too kind, Betty. Thank you very much. Right, Karen has a very important question about the paint,
Okay,
Sheena.
right, okay.
Karen Wild on Facebook. Good morning, ladies. Good morning to you, Karen. Does regular craft paint in a bottle work as well as these paints in a tube, or is it too watery?
No, you'll be fine with that. As long as they've got a good amount of colour. Paint is, and I keep saying this, I'm going to say it again, paint is basically two big main things that make a paint. It's your pigment, which just gives you your colour, and the binder. So as long as it's an acrylic binder, tick, right? And you have different types. You have like a heavier bodied, which are more these ones here, and you have a flow formula. And it's still good if it's acrylic. The other thing is the pigment. So some paints have got more pigment packed into them, which means that you're going to get the qualities there. So you can water them down like I just did with that purple on the background and use it in a more frugal fashion. But just try it out. Yeah, if it's got enough pigment in there, enough opacity, enough pop of colour, try it, absolutely. And then
Give it a go.
then when you want to get some more, when you're due to reinvest in some paints, try the Pebeo.
Try the Pebeo ones, absolutely. I think you get a lot of bang for your buck with the Pebeo ones.
You
need
just
a
do. They're not
tiny amount, don't you?
Well, like I said, they're not new kids on the block, are they?
No, they're
They've
not.
done this for a while.
There's
another one.
There's another one. Hanging tough. New kids on the block, hanging tough. That's on the playlist.
I'll be begging for release shortly.
So much so that I have to say, Sandra Dunder says, Leann and Sheena, I do love your choices of music. May I suggest you go to YouTube and search Lucy and Martha Thomas? They have incredible voices. We'll check them out.
We'll check them out.
We'll check them out in the break.
Much like ourselves, Leann.
Much like ourselves. I mean, we've got incredible.
Incredible. I wouldn't say it was...
incredible, not necessarily in a good way.
Not necessarily with note. We don't even bother with them.
No. Absolutely not. I have to just warn you, black gesso, limited stock. Do you know about the Sheena when it says when it's green on the screen, it means it... Do you know what that is? Soon won't be seen.
Soon won't be seen.
There we go. Thank you, Sheena. Beautiful, seamless transition there. I mean, we are professional, I have to say. So you've gone mad and you've got the black gesso. Don't let the white do the same to you. If you want it, we've got a little bit more of the white. It could go the same way. So if you're in the market for gesso, please do not hang around. Get it in your basket and check out. And don't forget to do the same with your paints, with your dyes and your mount board and your brushes, because that's everything you need to be able to do exactly what Sheena's shown you now and what she'll be showing you in the masterclass later on. To achieve those looks, that is the amount of product that you need. Okay, Sheena.
Right.
Simple creator cards.
Yes, and this is another thing that's new to my world, because there's things that have been in my world all the time, like the gesso, hello, but then I'm discovering so much, like you are, amazing things, and this is an amazing thing. I just think these are fabulous because these are so usable again. I love things that I can use with any other stuff that I've got in my crafting kind of, stash at home, right? And these will enhance everything I've got there. So I'm using this one here, which is the well, I don't know what it's called. Where would I find what it's called? Top right. Traditional tiles, thank you. I was like that, my eyes were scanning, I was like this. You know when you panic scan.
That was like me with me bundle before. Bottom left, Leanne.
Yeah,
bottom left.
bottom left, top right, top right. No, cheers, Johnny. It's kind of like a quiz game, isn't it, with Johnny, bless him. What, with us two, it's like, oh.
We would be lost without him,
wouldn't
wouldn't
worn
we?
out by the time we've finished
Well,
this.
he'll need to lie down in a dark room.
But,
he'll need a pint, that's what he'll need.
But you know what, I have no inner monologue either, so I have to share everything. I can't find it, but I found it. Yeah, there you go. Cool. So cool. So this is what you've got here. You've got your
We've got the giggles now.
Brilliant. So you've got your frame to cut out, which gives it that stitched effect. I love it. So you just do that.
Yes.
Yeah. And then you've got this, which will just cut out the pattern.
Yes.
Super winner chicken dinner.
Yes.
But what I'm doing is I am teaming up these two.
And you've got some nesting.
And you've got your nesting in the middle as well, which are brilliant. But I'm going to park those because I'm using them with the mount board cutouts.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So, and I'm also going to use this fabulous pack of card here. The luxury cardstock.
Oh, is that the black pearl, Sheena?
I love it. Oh, remember Black Pearl?
Can you remember
I
Black Pearl?
mentioned briefly Black Pearl. This is
I was
so
telling
funny.
you the week, I literally told Sheena we were going to be doing Black Pearl. We were staying in a Travel Lodge Holiday Inn. We were doing a craft show of some description. I think it might be in the NEC or somewhere like that. It might have been Birmingham, Sheena. I think it was the same event as the very hot pasta. It was the same weekend. We had very hot pasta in a restaurant.
Oh, that pasta. We lip curled at
where
the
your
pasta.
lip curled, where like the dogs, when they get something that they don't want to eat and your teeth come out and your lips curl. That was
It's like, have you ever seen a dog trying to eat a hot chip or something that's fallen on the floor?
Yes.
And then it starts growling at it because it wants to eat it, but it can't. And we were sat, there was someone between us, and we both ordered the same linguine, slightly seasoned, one chilli, not 5 chilies on the menu. So we both had this and we were sat, and because we're both on the same wavelength, I leaned forward and I was going, and I was like, and the lip literally curled at this thing thinking, oh, how am I going to eat this? Because it's rude not to. And Leanne, we eyes, didn't we? You were doing exactly the same.
I was doing exactly the same, but the funny thing is we both looked at each other and did like the dog thing. We both went, and growled at the pasta. I mean, we shouldn't be allowed out, really. I'm crying with the memory. That was funny. So that was pasta game.
funny.
And then that evening, I told you, after we'd put the lights out, and we just said, good night, Sheena, good night, see you in the morning, go to sleep well, sharing a room. Then I said, oh, I forgot to tell you, Sheena. I've got some new pearl card coming in the century. I've got black pearl. I've never seen anyone jump out of bed as quick in my life. You were up, it was like something possessed you. You were out that bed.
It was excitement. I was drifting off. I was just about to nod off, you know, just nice and drowsy. And then this black pearl.
Yeah.
I'd never heard the likes of it. I imagined how cool a black pearl was going to be. And yeah, so that's what did it.
It was very funny.
Excitement.
We've got so many more stories we can share with you. I must just let you all know, we did tell you it was limited, but the black gesso has now sold out and gone. So don't let the white gesso go the same way. If you are interested and you love the techniques that Sheena's shown you, remember we've got a 2-hour masterclass this afternoon. Those will feature again. So if you are wanting to watch the masterclass and be comfortable that you can have everything you need to be able to replicate what Sheena shows you, do make sure that you take advantage of that white gesso as well before it goes, and the acrylic paint set. Sorry, Sheena.
Fabulous. No, I'm thinking this is a perfect combination. So shall we cut this out? And then
Yes.
that's all I'm going to do. Just cut this out because that's it. That's all you need. It's as simple as that. So I've used the low tack tape. I've used the outside cut frame. That also gives you that stitch detail. And the detailed patterned die in the centre. And I'm going to pop that through my Gemini. And I'm telling you what, you know, Leanne, when last time, we didn't have all these fabulous mats and everything.
I'm sorry, I'm still giggling.
I don't know,
And
the lip curling pasta.
The lip curling pasta.
That was, honestly, but the thing is as well, is because didn't Sarah have to keep splitting this up? Because we were sure.
We kept giggling.
And,
And there was other people, there was, yeah.
Yeah, and they didn't get it. And we were like, but we couldn't stop laughing.
I couldn't stop laughing, the tears are rolling.
And it's the time when you try to stop laughing, makes you worse.
Makes you want to laugh more.
Yeah. Honestly, that was so funny because, again, if you've got dogs, you've got that reference. You know exactly what we were going through. it was hot, wasn't it? Yeah,
It was hot.
Slightly seasoned. I think there was about 15 people of us around that table.
Yes, there
as
was
well.
there was external contacts. It was like a professional business
business
night out.
Yeah.
With me and Sheena at the end of the table growling at our pasta.
Lip curling, growling, barking. We didn't bark, but we did do the growl. So how cool is that? Look
That
at how
is gorgeous.
simple that is. Look at the intricacy that is. And one pass through the Gemini, through the Gemini to you, Leann. Catch it.
to you.
And it's fabulous. I'm loving that.
Beautiful.
And then teamed up with that glitter. Shall I show you where we're going with it? And I'll show you why
go
it's
on,
a
let's
perfect
have a look where you're
combination.
going, and then I'll show everybody the dies
Look,
and the price.
Look at what a perfect marriage
Oh,
that
that's
is.
gorgeous.
So this is what we're going to paint a daisy shortly. So this is the point. We've got more of these ones here on the display where we've teamed up.
Lovely.
When worlds collide, you get some amazing things like this happening. And
Isn't
that's
that
what we're
rose
doing
one gorgeous?
The rose up here.
Yeah.
Shall I bring it in?
Yes, bring it
Bring
in.
this in. Let me
Let's
show
show
you.
everybody.
Look. So there you go. So this is what you want, is something that's going to show off your hand-painted skill bit. Now, what I would do with that, right? I would spray and shine.
Yeah.
Black gesso background.
Yeah.
Those people who haven't got it, but it'll be back. The Pebeo Gilded Wax around the outside, spray and shine, pop a fridge magnet on the back, so it's a keeper.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then just temporarily attach it with
Lovely.
something on the card.
I love that.
But it looks amazing,
It
doesn't it?
really does. The berries down here, I love the berries in my
show you
favourite.
those ones as
Can we
well.
have a look
Coming
at that
in,
one? Yes,
coming
sorry.
in. There you go. Look at those. Isn't they
How
gorgeous?
incredible is that?
That's where paint fusion. I love it when you can come back to something, Leann.
Yeah.
And you can do it either better,
Yes.
different,
Yes.
and more cost effective.
Yes.
We've ticked all the boxes with Paint Fusion.
Yeah.
It's better in that we're using polymer stamps now.
Of course.
It's different that we've got these different products that are highlighting it and showcasing it.
Yes.
Different looks, different.
Fit a
We've
bit more
moved on.
modern, bit refresh.
Refresh, different colour scheme, different ideas, and it's more cost effective because of the way we've bundled them and brought everything in together.
I love it.
So
I love that berry one. That's that
Isn't it
background that you've
gorgeous?
just shown everybody.
Stunning,
that
isn't
crackle
it?
background, and then the berries on top. And Sheena's going to show you how to do the daisy on the top of the crackle
Absolutely.
background. Just absolutely fabulous. I love them,
Yeah,
Sheena.
we'll be doing a lot of painting in the masterclass.
I'm very excited about that. I know I keep talking. I must just show you the other dies that you get in this bundle. I'll be back with you in a second, Sheena.
Yep.
So for the bundle that you can see on the screen there, which is for your platinum price of £52 or $60, it's your best ever price with these simple creator cards. And when I say the word simple, we talked about it when we launched them, didn't we? Shouldn't have called them simple creator cards because they're not simple. They're understated elegance. We should have called them elegant creator cards or something along those lines. It's because the pattern doesn't overwhelm, which is why it works so great with those panels that Sheena is paint fusioning, because the pattern doesn't overwhelm, but it gives a lovely complement in the background and allows you to surround and frame the piece that you want to make centre stage in the centre. So these are the designs that we've got for you. You can see here we've got our traditional tiles, and that's what Sheena's just been showing you with that lovely diamond shape. And of course, because it's a creator card, you can cut the panel, but remember you can cut it into the front half fold of a card as well, because it doesn't have that outside cutting edge if you don't want to use it. So we've got traditional tiles. We've got my personal favourite, which is the Dainty Doodles. I think that would be great for Christmas because they could look like fairy lights. We've got Pretty Petals. I do like that one too, to be fair. And really lovely on the square design. You've got the one that we've just been looking at with the blackberries there, which is Timeless Foliage. Absolutely exquisite. And each one of these has an outside stitched edge and an inside nesting set to go with it. So it's almost like 3 separate die sets in one. You've got your floral fancy there, stained glass window, Rennie McIntosh style. I think that one's gorgeous. And then we've got our rose garden. I beg your pardon.
Oh, I never promised you
A rose garden. We'll put that on the list too, Sheena. You're getting
Absolutely.
all of those. Best ever price. 30 dies in total for your platinum price of £52 or $60. And because this wasn't on Cartload last night, You're going to use your Sheena 10 code off the price on the screen. So if you're not a platinum member, if you're new to us, you're just joining, you're going to get an extra $6.50 or $7.50 off your standard price, which is phenomenal. If you are a platinum member or any other member tier in the club, in Club Inspire, you're going to be able to take another 10% off whatever your purchase price is. Remember to put Sheena 10 in that box. Okay, Sheena, over to you again.
Fabulous. Right, so what I've got is I've got the credit card all ready to construct. And it's, again, it's, you know, crafters, you just do things phenomenally well when you bundle things. The card all together in that pack. You don't have to worry about, you know, things that you've got to think about is colours that go together, and that can be difficult. But then if you're going to keep with a monochrome kind of colour scheme, what do you change up? You change the texture. And that's exactly what you've got in this pack. So I'm going to stick this together just because I can, and then we're going to actually put a card together. And I love this, Leann. We didn't have this back in the day.
No, do you love it?
I love it.
Is that the regular one or the dotty one?
It's the dotty one. So
how incredible is it?
Is this dotty one going to transform my die cutting, sticking?
Yes, it's going to change your life forever, because literally when you do the dotty one, is that the dotty one you've got there?
It's the dotty one.
When you come to put that layer over the top,
yes,
you literally just drag the dotty one over the back. The dots only stick where there's card. It doesn't stick anywhere else.
Oh, that is...
Sticks it permanently, no glue lines dragging between the gaps, Sheena.
No stringy bits.
No stringy bits.
To clear up
no glue squodging
well, then
out.
That's it.
And then no edges to catch and pick and peel off your card later.
Do it now.
Do it, Sheena, go on.
I'm doing it. Right there, like that. Look at that.
Look at that.
Doing it. It's amazing.
I mean, you're doing that without a safety belt.
Seriously.
Is that the first time you've done it?
That's the first time I've done it with the dog.
Look at that. Do you love it?
Because I've just got the regular one. That was what I know that was what I was, familiar with.
Yeah.
But I might not have put enough on. I didn't put much on here just for speed. So if it's not, it's my bad. It's just me being the rookie on the dotty thing.
That's fine. I think you've done a fantastic job.
I think I might have done enough.
I think you've done
enough.
enough.
I tell you what, on a surface that's a tricky stick surface, if that's stuck on there.
Yeah. Isn't that good?
Oh,
are you
colour
converted?
me happy.
Colour you happy. Are you converted?
I absolutely need these.
Yes, you do. And you know what you need? You need a box of 12.
Definitely. I'm not surprised. The fact that you've got something as cool as that, you don't have to reduce the price on them.
35% saving we've got on a box of 12 for everybody today, Sheena. 35% saving on a box of 12. Have I got the box? Do you know where the box is, Johnny? Top left. Look, a box full of dotty tape pens. That's what you need in your life. This is what 12 dotty tape pens looks like. And you get 22 metres on every tape pen. It's got more than double of regular tape pens on the market.
You know how many cards I've ruined with glue getting in the wrong place? Die cutting, intricate dies. I love intricate dies. But I'm not the best person for a wet glue on an intricate die.
Yes, I agree.
And it just ruins your finished project. You come to put that one little bit of wording on there that you think, this would be straight, but
And it all goes wrong, doesn't it? It just makes it so much more simple. I have to say, you've got how many metres of glue? 264 metres of dotty tape in this box with a 35% saving. You can see on the screen there. Your Sheena 10 will not work on that because this was a deal that was on the cart load last night. But when you've already got 35%, you don't need another 10 on there, do you? It just is a fantastic, fantastic deal. And you get 12 of them in this box.
I'm well impressed. I definitely, absolutely, I know my team will be all over them because it makes the thing that you there's things about your crafting that are less fun for me. I love the putting the stuff through the die cut, like going, ooh, when you see them come out, sticking stuff with a wet glue. I end up with it but that's fabulous. So that makes it more fun time for me. So I've got this base coat here, using one of the colours again in a dilute fashion. I'm not even going to crackle this one. This one's not quite dry enough to paint on yet, but you can see how that white glue now has become transparent, Leann. You can see the colour. Don't worry if it looks kind of milky. Once the glue dries, you're good. I could paint on that, but I don't know if it'll go with that colour scheme. It might actually. What do you think about that? I don't know. I like that dark. Oh, it's still a bit wet. You need to leave it. Yeah. But I'm going to use that one. That's fine. We can come back.
Okay, let it dry.
But I'll show you what we'll do. Instead of crackling this one, we'll just give it a little bit more of an aged look quickly. This will dry quickly. Yes. So I'm using, there's a lovely colour in here called Payne's Grey. So there's black and this Payne's Grey. And in watercolour sets, often you'll get a Payne's Grey. And it's like a bluey, a dark, very dark. So sometimes black is a bit harsh, yeah? It can look a bit too jarring, you know?
Yes.
Whereas the Payne's Grey is softer. So if you want to use it for shadows and things, it's a lovely shadow colour. And what I'm doing here is just aging that burgundy down a little bit more with just a tiny touch.
I love
may
that.
put a touch more in that. But it kind of makes it look vintage. All
Yes.
these techniques, you don't need special effects. You can do verdigris looks with this. Verdigris with this set. All you need for your verdigris is the teal and a bit of stuff in here. We might even try
Hey
and do
Sheena,
that
have you
next.
seen our luxury gilding flakes yet?
I have all of them to play with, Leanne.
There's a verdigris set, I thought of you.
Absolutely, verdigris, fabulous. Because you know what you need? White gesso, hello, just saying, white gesso, a teal paint. You got them in this set. There'll
Yes.
be other colouring products that you could, if you've got them there, but this teal's great. And a metallic. So your gilding flakes.
Yes.
Or even the Pebeo gilding wax. We could maybe play with that next. I like that. We think of an idea, then we'll go, should we
do
look at
it?
that next in the
Yeah.
master class? We could do that because that would look cool.
That would be
Imagine
lovely.
Fusion against a kind of a
Verdigris background, patinaed background.
That kind of mix up of
With a bit of
old and new.
gilding wax around it.
That'd look cool, wouldn't it?
It would look very cool.
So I'm going to dry this really quickly. I'm going to top max now there. I've revved up the engines just so we can get this. And then we'll start painting. And I'll take you through what you get in the pack of paint. It's the system. It's not just a paint. It's not just a dye set.
Okay. While you're drying, can I ask you a
Yes.
couple of questions?
Yes.
Right. Terry Anderson says, would it be fair to say one is waiting for the tacky glue to form a skin on the surface?
Wait, exactly. Perfect. That's
Thank you.
exactly the best way to describe it.
And Paula Kosnick says,
Yeah.
will this work on wood?
Will it work on wood? Perfect for wood.
Yep.
Yes, that's the thing. These paints, these acrylic paints, you know, you've got watercolours are really for card
Yeah.
and paper.
Yeah.
Watercolour card. Acrylic paint is for 3D world. So, you know, for a crafter who's primarily, well, I wasn't back in the day, it was upcycling, which is why I taught myself all of these folk art tips and
Yes.
tricks and many books from Australia, from everywhere. It's if you want to break out of that papercraft world, it's how do I do that with it? This is the product to break out with.
Yes.
Because it's tough. Acrylic paint is much tougher and it's meant to go on various different surfaces.
Thank you, Sheena. So I would say that the same question of would it work on MDF is the same answer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Just seal your MDF first. If you gesso.
Yeah, gesso.
Just a coat of gesso. Let it dry. Don't keep putting, because MDF, the enemy of MDF is too much moisture. You want to, because if you just soak it with a wet paint, it can get a bit fuzzy surfaced. So you want to put something on that'll seal the surface, like your gesso. Don't water it down. Thick, good coat of gesso. Then whatever base coat you want to put on, or just the gesso, and then paint on top.
Yeah, absolutely. And so Debbie says, would the Crackle work on a Bristol paper?
Bristol paper, Bristol board, Bristol
Yeah,
card.
Bristol board.
Yeah, as long as it's heavy enough weight.
As long as it's not like 80 GSM.
Yeah,
300
exactly.
GSM and above.
200, I would say 250 and
250 and
above,
above?
probably.
Brilliant.
Yeah, really.
Well, that's
just
easy.
because it's good. It just needs a bit to support a lot
Structure.
of moisture, because it will be layering
Yes.
moisture on it. Yeah.
Brilliant. Angela Reid says, I have your rubber stamps back home. Thanks to you, I'm now ready to embark on more stamping and colouring. We can't wait to see what you do, Angela. And we've just got to do a massive hello and welcome. We've got a first-time viewer with us today.
Hey.
On YouTube. We've got Pete Pablo, 1999 on YouTube. First time here. Love the show. Pete,
Yay.
welcome to the Crafters
Welcome.
TV family. So happy that you've joined us. Do come back. We're back on today at 2 p.m. UK time for 2 hours, and we're going to be doing a masterclass on the Paint Fusion technique. So Pete, we would love it if you could join us then, and welcome aboard. You're now officially part of the Crafters TV family. Welcome to you. Charlotte Everett says, you've made my day. I love the new kids on the block. I was too little to see them the first time round, but I've been every time since they got back together in 2008. Well, that is dedication, Charlotte. It really is. I'm pleased we made your day with a little bit of
We'll have all the references. There's
all the references.
Nothing much use in my head. You know when, I believe we've all got a little filing bloke in my head. You know?
Yes.
Because you're taking so much information, like all the time. And, if you've got a good filing bloke, they keep the good stuff and get rid of the rubbish. Mine's rubbish. Keeps all the rubbish and gets rid of anything that's of any practical, like for an adult world. So song titles, references for films.
I'm the same.
So, Paint Fusion stamps.
Paint Fusion.
It's not just a stamp, is it, Leanne?
No,
that's
it's not.
The thing. That's what you need to know. They're the stamp bits, and here's the thing: if you get your Paint Fusion stamps and you think, okay, I'm going to paint with the acrylic paints a bit further down the line, or I'll practice a bit more. You've got stamps. They're just regular stamps. A couple of them look a bit quirky, like the rose, but the daisy, the berries,
yes,
they are what they are. So you can just stamp with them. However, this bit here that you look on the back and you go, okay, that's cool. It's not just to look at. Oh no, it's to work on top of. So what you do before you even start to paint is you get a piece of the construction acetate's best because it's nice and thick.
Yes.
A little bit of your tape there to anchor it down, so you've got a little door there to you put over the top, and then you're going to literally paint on the top. And what I would say is, when you've finished a painting session, if you've got paint left over and you think, well, I don't want to waste it, go and get a practice sheet on. It doesn't matter if that's pink and purple, or whatever the colour is. You're just practicing the brush stroke. So let me show you what I mean.
It's the movement,
exactly,
the technique.
It's the movement, yes. So if we pop a little bit of this green down, can I just say as well, it's like you knew it was all waiting for me. I can't tell you how much I love this.
Do you love it?
If we'd had this first time round with Paint Fusion, amazing. Has it gone again?
Oh, for goodness sake. We only had it back in this morning talking about it on the show. It's gone again. I mean, it is amazing.
It's fabulous. I've been beating it up massively. So it's just perfect for that.
Yeah.
But I'm going to put it on here then, so I won't make it bitter. But it's perfect.
Do you know that that's completely customised to...
I love it.
Do you love it?
You know what I couldn't believe? I didn't realise when I put the acrylic paint on, I thought that might be a big ask. When it sticks to it, will it A, stick to it? Will it not come off easy? B, will it stain? How difficult is the clean up?
Yeah.
Easy. What I would say when you use it for your acrylic paints, let it dry on there if you don't need them. Let it dry, peels off. And then I put it in the sink with a bit of you're washing up liquid.
Yeah.
And that was it. It's good to go.
Yeah.
And it's brilliant. And the fact it rolls up as well. It's got everything. Ticks all the boxes.
And heat-proof.
That was the thing.
Yeah, for your heat
really
gun.
was the surprise when I read the pack. You know, I'm like me. It's like I just want to play.
Yeah.
And then you read it and you go,
oh, does that not?
Because I thought you might have to be careful when you use your heat tool, but no, it's all good. So what I'm doing is I'm putting a couple of colours on here, and I'm using one of my brushes. So I'm using the 1/2-inch flat brush, right?
Okay.
And I'm wetting it and then taking most of the moisture out. And I'm going to pick up a little bit of each colour on each side of this brush, and I'm just going to squish it back and forwards, and just 2 or 3 times. You don't want it so that it's all over and right up virtually to the handle. You don't want to get it into this metal ferrule bit if you can help it, because that's where it's harder to clean out of. But you want to load it and push the paint into the brush. What you then do, if you look at your practice sheet, I've got a bit of tape over there, so I'll do it here. You go, oh, okay, following that outside line. Yeah, little wiggly thing like that. Okay, I've got that. And then you turn it around. Thing is, turn the thing around. Don't turn yourself around. It's much easier because you just anchor your hand. So if you're left-handed, just reverse everything I'm doing. And then you just go around and just follow it again. And it doesn't have to be exact on there, but you can see how now you've got a leaf that you've painted, and you do that with all of them. Then when you're done, you just get yourself a bit of cloth or like a wet wipe or something like that, and then you just wipe it off and start again. And that's the idea for those sheets. They're not just to look at and look pretty, they're there to actually guide you. And the thing is as well, they actually say use this size brush and you know that if you've got the right kind of amount of pressure, if you're using that particular size brush. So that's what this sheets are for. And it tells you also how to construct the flower. So let me do the next bit is, where did I put my little bit? There it is, right in front of me. And this is going to go on an angle. And I'm going to take my stamps now. And I am going to pop them on my rocker block. And again, these are polymer, so absolute top quality, which I am super, super happy about, Leanne. Another thing I'm very, very, very happy about. And I am inking this up using the opaque pigment ink pad. Because the opaque pigment, the clues are there, it's opaque, so it'll show up on any background, so you want to see it. But I'm using a really pale colour. To be honest, I could use this as a second generation if I wanted to, because it's really, I just want to roughly follow the outside pattern. And then I'm going to take that one off there, and I'm going to pick up the daisy that is at an angle. So we'll pop that back on there.
We've got a really good price in our rocker blocks, Sheena. We've got that on the screen for everybody.
Yeah.
You're getting a 4-pack for platinum price $7.19 or $10.07. And I know back in the day these were $14.99 when we first launched them. And you're going to be able to take your Sheena 10 code off that. So, and rocker blocks are an absolutely fantastic
Look at the
tool.
price of
I know,
that.
it's crazy, isn't it?
What? I couldn't believe it. Like the Pebeo Gilded Wax has come down. I mean, not has it gone up with 5 years being away. It's come down.
It's come down.
And I have to tell you a little story about the rocker block. So I got my rocker blocks out and I thought, oh, let's do a bit of rocker blocking the other day. And I thought, I'll try it and see how, if there's any bits missing.
Yes.
And then I can think, well, I'll use the stamp positioner in that case, if that's the case. I did it spot on first time.
Was it?
Yeah, absolutely. So it was like, it kind of defeated the point. I was thinking, oh, well, it might be that, you know, that's the reason. But no, it was spot on. So I'm going to pop my little daisies here. I'm going to pop one just coming off the thing there. And I'll pop another one. I've probably got enough on there, actually, to just pop one maybe there as well. Yeah, that's it. So I didn't even have to ink that up again. And then we'll pop a little couple of, I'm going to keep it really simple. I'm going to space out. What you would do if you wanted the daisies to sit on the leaves, so the daisy in front. If I show you this one here, see the way the daisies are sitting in front of these leaves here? Sorry, there you go. Yeah, just in front of the leaves there. You would paint the leaves first, let them dry, then stamp your daisies on, paint them. But just for time, I'm going to space them out a bit more. All right, that's how you would do that. So I've got this here, and I'm gonna, and you don't have to stamp the whole thing, you just part of it is good. So we'll pop that about there. And I'm just going to use the same one. I'm not even going to, so you've got a leaf that turns one way and a leaf that turns the other way. But just for speed, I'm just going to do, I might even do 3 like that, just the end. And if you keep moving them around, it's like you're stamped, you know, it looks like it's a different stamp if you just change the angle. That's all I need for the minute. I'm going to pop that there and clean it up in a minute. So let's start with the daisies. Now, should mention as well, if you haven't got your little mister bottles yet, absolutely would advise you getting them. What I've put in here, Leanne, here's another good thing. You can buy acrylic extender, which basically means it's 2 things. It makes the paint a little bit runnier.
Right.
But it also slows the drying down, because that's what acrylic paints do. This is already, look, it's dry on there. You see? All right, so we'll wipe that up. We'll not paint on top of that. We'll wipe that up when we start to paint. But if you put water up to about 1 centimetre from the top, water, and then the last centimetre, no more than that, glycerin. Glycerin. Really? Glycerin attracts moisture. You know, that's what I was using all that time ago when I did the faux leather. That was the first thing.
Yes.
And then I discovered it helped with blending the ink pad, and that's what we're all doing now.
Yes.
Hello. Well, that's what. So now, also glycerin in here helps your paint stay wet.
Really?
Thank you very much.
There's a massive bottle of it there.
I know. I saw that when I come in. I went, wow, yes, hello.
Because we're all using it all the time. That is fantastic. So look, we've got the misters here for you. You can see the price on your screen. Sheena, £3.59 or $5.03 for 4. Fantastic deal. You need more misters in your life then.
I've got to say, Leanne.
And Sheena 10's going to work on that.
What, sorry?
Your Sheena 10?
Well, here's the thing. Watercolouring again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me and Maria, we've been out doing a bit of urban sketching. Like urban, like, you know, down with the kids.
Yeah.
Just means you sit outside and draw a building. But what you want is a travel kit. That's
Yes.
And you need a spray
Water.
bottle. And these are perfect for that. So yeah, so just they're great.
Lovely.
Just saying. Right, so what I'm going to do, you know that paint spray I was just talking about? Yeah?
Yes.
I'm going to pop a little bit out there because that's a really nice base colour. And it's quite dark, but I think I'm going to just keep it that dark. I'm going to even just do it like that. Try it out. You might want to lighten it a little bit with a bit of white, but let's see. So what I'm doing is I'm going over some of these petals, and you see how I'm not going around and going petal, 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 petal like that, right?
Yes.
Because then you get a pinwheel. So
Johnny
go
can't believe how little paint you
random.
use.
It's amazing. It is such a, I mean, that's just it. And look at how pretty those little brush strokes. So by using it, you call it this, either the flat of the brush, if you paint like that, that's painting on the flat. This is painting on the chisel of the brush. And if you lift up and use the brush vertically almost, you get a fine line even with a flat brush. But if you press down and pull up, you get a brush strokey brush. Now, I can't tell you the amount of instruction books that are out there just for folk painting that will tell you how to do this if you follow just pure folk painting. But the beauty of this is with the fusion, it's not just folk painting, it's folk painting and stamping. So you've got that stamp underneath that helps you out. And the other thing is, there's no rules with paint fusion.
Okay.
Fusion is just painting and stamping. But I've borrowed from folk art lots of really good techniques that are centuries old to bring to you with it that are quick, easy things to do and easy things to teach, because that's what folk art is, basically art for the people, not for artisans, they're for regular people, to be able to teach other regular people who aren't, you know, haven't dedicated their life to studying art and painting. And that's what that's about. But so that's the first layer there. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to paint this, the leaves, and I want to make that greens very vivid and very clean, and it's very pretty, but I want to make it a bit more mellow. So they're not only are these colours fabulous, but you can mix them as well. So you can even put more than one colour. You can mix them on the tray like this, or you can even mix them on your brush as you're going, like that. So I'm pushing some of that brown in with the green, so the dark colours staying on one side still, and I really like that. Little bit of brown, little bit of green, and it's a really pretty, quite earthy kind of look there. I like that. It's taken that strong colour down quite a bit. And then your next option is, do I want the light on the outside or do I want the light on the inside? We'll try it like this and see what we think. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. So can you see I'm just doing ruffles, looking at the outside of that leaf, and you can lift up, no rush, you can take your time and put ruffles, extra ruffles in. You don't have to follow it. It's simply a suggested kind of guide, the stamp. You can make it more important by over stamping, like we do with the butterfly, which we'll do in the masterclass, because I know somebody's requested to see that.
Yes.
So we'll do that one, Leann. We'll make a point of doing that. Which is, again, just particular to paint fusion. You can't do that with regular folk art because you don't have the stamp to put that extra embellishment like embossing powder over the top. But with paint fusion, you can.
You can.
Yeah.
I go quiet. I am mesmerised by watching this, Sheena.
It's
literally
just
mesmerised. And I know there are so many comments in from our viewers saying the same, where, you know, when you see that for the first time, a pre-fusioned piece or panel, you can be forgiven for thinking, oh, I could never. But when you see it, you break it down, and how accessible and achievable you make it, and all of the tools to do the little bit of practice, the right things, the paints are correct, the gesso's correct, the mount board's correct, the brushes are correct. When all of that hard working out's being done, and then all you've got to do is just follow the simple bits of guidance that Sheena's given you, you will get results akin to this.
True. It's not one of these things that you can make a good job with bad tools. We've got good tools. If it's bad tools, it makes it so much more difficult. Everything, as Leann says, is just the right stuff to do the job, and then that makes learning fun because you're not having to battle against something that isn't helping you out, kind of thing.
No.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to take some white and we're going to go over that base coat there, and we're going to make the petals look more like daisies and bright and shiny and pretty. So now we're just loading white paint into the brush, and we're going to go over and start just pulling down towards the centre your petals. And what happens, and it's so clever, is you get a veined effect through the petals. So if I was drawing up for a stamp, for example, I'd draw the shape of the petals, and then I'd be drawing line work detailed to give it the impression of texture, you know, having to draw very fine lines to make it look like a real petal, not just the flat, because they're not just flat, they've got shade to them, they've got texture in them. And that's what they're painting, one brush like that, you know, that is what you're doing just by using a brush stroke. It's doing it all for you, completely. And the other thing I should mention is, don't think that if you've never painted before, that it's going to be kind of difficult. It's not. Trust me, it's easier for people who aren't used to traditional painting, because you don't have to unlearn or attempt to do something that you would normally do. You're starting from scratch, so you haven't got to get rid of any habits that you've got before on how you would approach it.
I love that. Annie on YouTube says, Sheena, I love the colour combination you're using.
It's pretty, isn't it?
Sheena, I think you might need to sit down for this. Sensational Sky on YouTube says, Leann, your voice is always so calming. No, Leann's voice.
Leann.
Can you believe that, Sheena?
Leann, not normally in the same sentence, is
Leann
it?
and calming voice, not normally in the same sentence.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I'm so happy that I can do that for you. It's not a compliment I've had before.
I'm impressed.
And I am embracing it. Thank you. Leanne says, hang on. Sensational Skies, Leann, what is the best adhesive bundle going at the moment? Have we got any great adhesive bundles that we can share? We're going to get Johnny and George on that. We'll come back to you. With Annie on YouTube, will normal nesting dies cut mount board? No. A normal nesting die is in a thin, and it's just meant for one layer of card. You need the dies that Sheena was talking to you about at the very top of our wake-up call, the multimedia dies, to be able to cut your mount board. Colin says, Leann and Sheena, can I buy your album or the playlist, please? Sounds like all the songs will be a hit. We'll try and make that possible. We'll just give it away free, Colleen. Liege Craft on Facebook says, can I mix different companies' acrylic paints? I have some Pebeo from the past, but other companies in different colours. Could I mix the two together?
Absolutely. They're all acrylic. Like watercolours all play nice together, different brands, as do acrylics. It's all good.
Great. Evelyn says, it is mesmerising to watch Sheena. I agree with you.
Thank you.
I do.
I have another
really
reference
do.
for us, Leann. Smashy and nicey.
Smashy and nicey.
Fantastic.
Pop-tastic.
A new playlist.
Playlist. Smashy and nicey. We definitely, have we got Zig and Zag? Would you like, so we're going to be smashy and nicey with a pop. I love that.
Totally.
I love Paul Whitehouse. Here is Zig and Zag.
There you go. Leann, Zig,
That
and
is
clearly Zag.
you and I in puppet format.
Absolutely.
I think I'm probably on the left there, and you're on the right.
You're the blonde one. You've
I'm
got to
the
be
blonde
Zig,
one.
and I've got to be Zag.
And you can be Zag.
Yeah.
I absolutely love Zig and Zag.
Brilliant,
They're
isn't it?
hilarious. You've got to watch them back on YouTube. You will get a good laugh at Zig and Zag. And then we need to find Smashy and Nicey now, because that's our new pop tune reference. Can I just tell everybody about these pigment ink pads? Is it going to make it difficult for you before the next step?
It's all good.
Are you sure?
I'm fine.
So just before we go back to Sheena, I must just tell you about this great deal we've got. Sheena's pick of pigment ink pads. So hand-picked by Sheena for the colours that you're going to need to be able to use and get really great results with. You're getting, is that 13? I need my glasses. 13 different ink pads, pigment ink pads here in this collection for platinum price $38.40 or $59.20. Can I just ask, was this on Cartload last night? It wasn't, so you're going to get your Sheena 10 on top of that, which is absolutely fantastic. So let's go through the colours. Our ink pads are phenomenal, Sheila.
I know they are.
Who's Sheila?
Sheila?
That was my mother-in-law. Good eye, Sheila.
Good eye.
How do you find our ink pads, love? That was a terrible Australian accent. So we've got plum jam. We've got twilight grey. We've got ocean blue, frosty jade, damson wine, crushed velvet, parakeet, and Bordeaux, Chinese red, l'orange, lemon tonic, one of my favourites, straw bale, and pink tulip. All of the good colours there, Sheena, none of the bad.
Fabulous. You know what I've noticed? You've got your primaries in there. If there's primaries represented, I'm a happy woman.
Yes.
You've got loads of blues, you've got loads of reds, you've got loads of yellows,
Yes.
and you've got a neutral in that lovely grey that you've got in there. I'm on board with fabulous.
I am with you on that, and the one that you would use with that is that they're 3 colours that I use together regularly.
Gorgeous.
And you can mix all of your oranges and your peaches and your turquoises and purples.
That's the money saver right there.
It is, absolutely. And you can swap that turquoise out for the ocean blue. And do it that way if you want to, which is what Sheena's referring to. It's great, isn't it?
That's what I normally, that's my go-to, is if you base it on like a CMYK, like
Yes.
your processed colours,
Yes.
your cyan blue type one, your magenta pink, and your yellow. You've got your, that's it, the world's your lobster.
The world is your lobster at that point, and you've even got a Chinese red, so you can colour yourself a lobster if you want to. Really great deal on those, and of course, platinum price, you're going to get your Sheena 10 off, so you're getting another 10% of that. So it's the time to be shopping today. Your Sheena 10 code will end at midnight wherever you are in the world, and of course, it's definitely the time to be getting it. You are shopping, you are spending, and you're getting all of these lovely bundles. The dies and mount board that I showed you at the beginning of the show is busy. The paint set, and can I just tell you, the paint set is on an extended delivery. We'll be shipping that to you on the 2nd of June, but you can use your Sheena 10 discount. So for me, I'd be getting it now, getting my Sheena 10 discount, saving myself that extra money, and being very happy when it not the 2nd of June. 2nd of May. That's a really long time away, isn't it? 2nd of June. It's only a couple of days you need to wait. It's the 2nd of May, just after the weekend. We're going to get that out to you after the bank holiday Monday. So you'll be able to get all of your preparation done, ready for your fusioning pieces. Okay, Sheena. Should we have a look at Smashy?
I just saw it.
Should we have a look at Smashy and Nicey before we get on with the demo?
We are so cool.
We are. Here is Smashy and Nicey. Our DJ alter egos, here they are.
So, you're obviously smashy and I'm nicey, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I don't mind being smashy.
We've got the light in the top.
That is definitely us in our DJ form.
I've got to draw smashy and nicey.
You really do have to draw smashy and nicey, please do. Yeah. All right, back to the demonstration. Thank you, Sheena.
Right, now what you get, and I was looking forward to today, and I have to tell you, it is not disappointing so far. I'm having a lovely time.
I'm having a lovely time.
So,
I hope everybody at home is as well.
I hope so. Let us know if you want, please. And if you want us to, like, you know, we'll try and
want us to behave a little bit more.
We'll try if you want us to. But, so what we've got, in your paint set, you get an extra brush here. Now, if you were just given that brush, it's not the brush you want. This is not the brush you are looking for. But it's a great one for texture, and it's a great mixing brush. They're very different to the brush set that you're going to be painting with. It's like hog's hair, what they call it, and it's for like oil painting, thick acrylic painting. But it's perfect for the centre of your daisy. So what I've done, because I've kept this palette really neutral, I've kept the centre of the daisy. I'm using the colour, to be precise, is it's yellow ochre. Simple as that. Sometimes companies give like paints like a sunset on a dark desert night colour, and you think, what? Or you can just call it yellow ochre, and this is yellow ochre. So what I'm doing is I'm pouncing the centre of my daisies like that, and it's up to you if you want. It totally transforms it, and it makes all those little bits kind of connect in the middle. And then what I need is a little bit of brown, and I'm going to pop a little bit, just the tiniest bit, and no water on this brush. It's really important. This is the dry brush technique, and I'm just going to pounce a little bit of this dark brown just towards the base of this daisy, and it makes it look then a bit more domed. You could even start with the brown, then pop a yellow on top if you want to make it look even more muted. But can you see how you've got then a more of a rounded effect?
Sheena, anybody can get a bit of brown paint on the end of a brush and dab it on part of the centre.
You're right, I'm loving that. When we're talking about changing your palette up, changing the look for a different, because trends change with interior decor. And what I would always say is, if you're selling product, if you're crafting to sell, paint the colours of interior, the trends that are at the time. That's what's going to make the difference with selling your art. I was saying when I was 19, I was selling art when I lived in America, in California, because the people across the road had an art gallery. And when they found out that I could draw and paint, it was like, wow. Then the designers were commissioning me to fit, were saying, this is the colour for the interior, and a nice like floral arrangement. So I thought, great, I've just got a vase of flowers there, I'm drawing them all, paint it in the colour that they are then going to fit in this very expensive designed living room. One of them went across to New York, and that's what I was doing. And
there are people with Sheena Douglass originals.
Yeah. So this is from real life. I can tell you, this is the thing to do. Look at the colours, and that's what's going to make the difference. And that looks really cool. I love that muted red, dusky, everything. What we've done here is we've taken down the chroma, the strong, bright, pure colour. We've gone much more muted, and I really like that. And I have to say, I love this one here, and I have to say, Debbie painted this. So this one was not painted by yours truly. This is Deborah Durand, who is not even, that's Margot Ledbetter's best mate.
Okay.
When she's just herself, she's Debbie Durand.
Right.
But Deborah Durand, I believe in that, you know. But she painted, and I love that. So, yeah, and there's a different look there completely.
Lovely.
So, yeah. Cheers.
I love that red in the background. I think it's so classic and classy. We've got questions and comments coming in, so let's just have a little chat with you, and then we'll have a look at these as well. I was saying liege craft before, and I was struggling to say it, and thank you, because Jill is getting in touch to say, I'm Jill. It's just written backwards on the account. So you're no longer liege craft, you are now Jill. Hello, Jill. I'm pleased you've told me how to pronounce that properly. Shirley says, oh, that is beautiful, Sheena.
Oh, thank you.
Shirley absolutely loves that on YouTube.
I love it. When you can paint something in real time, Leann.
Yes.
Just so you come together like that.
Absolutely, real time. We've just done it all there. It's fantastic. Yep. LA Price on YouTube wants to know, good morning. Good morning to you. Welcome. Good morning. What is the shelf life of paint?
What's
the shelf life?
Right. So here's the thing. The enemy of acrylic paint is air. So make sure when you've finished using your paints, you put the tops on really tightly. So really turn those tops. Also, big important, make sure there's no paint around the outside, or then you'll have trouble getting the tops off. So just a little bit wipe if you've got paint everywhere, and then put the tops on really tight. Another thing that some people do is they'll put them then in a like an airtight box. Yeah. People store their paints like that, just because, and it's also with your mediums, with any, you know, and that's the best way to do it. And that's it. That's it.
Okay, that's easy. We can all do that.
They'll last for years.
Yeah, it's not like they're going to, as long as you take care in terms of sealing them correctly, they'll last you.
That's right. Because acrylic paint, once it's dry, that's the beauty of acrylic. It's not like a gum arabic base, like a watercolour, that breaks down again. It's plastic. Yeah. That's the binder, it's just plastic. So you can't re-wet it. So then protect it, keep the air out.
Thank you, Sheena. Kate Lee says, can you cut mount board with a craft knife? Yes, you can. I can tell you that. Be careful and always use a metal edge ruler.
Yes.
Always protect your fingers, use a metal edge ruler, but yes, you can cut it with a craft knife. Eleanor, I'll read this out. I always get a little bit embarrassed when these come through, but Eleanor, thank you very much for, you've sent it, I'm going to read it, and I'm grateful. It says, Leann, you are very calm, you are a very calming person. I have to tell Mr. C that when I get home tonight. You have taught me to really accept what I do in art is just fine. Now, after doing Academy of Colour, I turn to art to relax. I just love the sound of your voice, thank you. Eleanor, that is such a heartfelt comment, and it means really the world to me, so thank you very much. And I'm so happy that you're enjoying being creative with art mediums. And imagine if you've done that with Academy of Colour, what else you're going to be able to do now, us having Sheena here very regularly, because genuinely I couldn't do a thing till Sheena taught me. Sheena had to sit me down and teach me all those years ago.
You.
But you did.
Well, remember when we were talking about warm and cool
colours? Warm and cool colours, and I was sharing that story on air again the other day, where the advent of Spectrum was Sheena teaching me the difference between warm and cool colours. And so many times it would be Sheena and I sat on my living room floor, and Sheena teaching me what to do, Rosie jumping all over Sheena in the background, Peter in and out as a teenager, flinging him a sandwich and a burger. Very happy memories, but literally what I know, I learned from Sheena. So now you can take what I've been able to show you over the duration of Crafters TV, you're really going to build on that because the master herself is going to take you on the rest of the journey. So I'm excited for all of you at home.
Oh, bless you. But you know what? Your journey's continued. So now we power up and we learn from each other so much because, you know, and that's the way it should be. That's what crafting is.
It is.
That's
It's sharing the love and making it easy and accessible.
Absolutely.
That's
and
what it
fun.
is. Oh, we've only got fun. The most important thing, we've had fun. And we've only
Yeah.
got 10 minutes left, Sheena.
10 minutes.
Are we in some kind of time warp? Anyway, Sandy just said, which ink pads blend better, pigment or water reactive? Water reactive for water techniques. Water reactive, I'm going to say water reactive. Pigment, more different techniques. Blend, solid colour on a card, heat embossing, that kind of thing. For pure blending, water reactive. Annie loves the show, and Denise Starr says, amazing cards, Sheena.
Thank you.
We agree. Right, we've got the paints. We must just remind you of some of these bundles because we've only got a few minutes left of wake up call, not water call. We've got a few minutes left of wake up call, and then we'll be having a little sandwich before the masterclass. So the paints. Remember, these are on advanced delivery. We're going to ship them to you on the 2nd of May, and you should get them really quickly. Brilliant deal. I can't believe you're getting 20 tubes plus a 200. Is that the same size tube as the gesso?
No.
That's 100 mils, so it's half the size of the gesso, if you remember that. So you've got 100 mils of the white acrylic paint in that bundle, plus that brush that Sheena showed you there. All of that for platinum price of £24.40 or £32.80, plus you can take your Sheena 10 discount off of that. You're bringing it to just over £20, just over $30 for 20 tubes of coloured paint and 100 mils of white paint. That is fantastic value for money, especially when it's Pebeo paint, because Pebeo are the producers of fine art material. That's where they started, for fine art in big paint galleries, and we're lucky to be able to bring it to you. It's such a fantastic price with such a varied amount of colours. So that's your paint bundle. Don't forget your brushes. Oh, stamps, sorry, Johnny. Okay, we're going stamps, no problem. I'm following the leader. Follow the leader, leader, leader. Follow the leader, leader. And Johnny is the leader on these shows. I don't know if we can put that on the playlist. I think that might just have been a song from a holiday in Spain when Peter was 5. Anyway, here we have all of these paint fusion stamps for you. Absolutely incredible. Can be used in so many different ways. They are timeless. They're as relevant now as they were when we first launched them. You're going to be able to use them time and again. $37.99 or $47.19 is an exceptional price for all 7 sets, not 7 stamps. 7 sets that you've got here, and of course you're going to be able to take your Sheena 10 code off that as well. So you've got your really lovely Wild Rose collection here, my favourite. It's what I use for my niece's Sweet 16 box. I'm going to search my blog and find a picture of that, share on Facebook for you. This sweet set, definitely the best place to start if you're brand new to
Simply Sweet. That was it. Simple.
Well, I'm saying that because that's what you taught me first.
That's right.
Little bunches of lilac and little rose heads with little dots. Then we've got our poppies. We've got our fabulous berries. I've still got a tissue box that Sheena painted for me in the berries at home. And then we've got the lilac. I think it could also look like a buddleia. I really, really love that one. It just absolutely comes to life. I have got a sample of that somewhere. I want to show it. Yeah, here it is. Look, this is what we're talking about. That just looks a bit plain, doesn't it? Look, when you apply the technique that Sheena is showing you, they come to life in front of your eyes. And then you've got your rose again, which is absolutely, that's a rose bloom one, which is a bigger, fuller rose. And if you're wondering what that's going to turn into, it's that. It's just incredible, honestly. You will be transformed into an artist. And then the daisies, which is what I did my mum's wedding keepsake box with, and that's what that's going to be like. The one that Sheena has in fact just been using. So they're fabulous too. You need your paints, you need your stamps, you need your brushes, and you're getting 4 perfectly sized Royal & Langnickel brushes here for a ridiculous platinum price of $5.11 or $7.59, and you're going to get your Sheena 10 code off that too. Is there any white gesso left? It's hanging on by a thread. So if you want the white gesso, pop that in your basket too. My top tips, the things that you need are your mount board and dies. Should I get them? Should we have a look at them? You need your mount boards and dies. because you need to cut out those fabulous shapes that Sheena's been showing you. So versatile to be able to use them in so many different ways. 10 sheets of your mount board there, and this is your circle set of dies. In this bundle, they are free. You're not paying for them. Then you're getting your triangle set of dies, and each one of these sets has approximately 7. This one has 7, the rest all have 9 in them. You've got your hearts as well, and you can see on the back there, look, all of those different sides of nesting hearts, ridiculous amount. And you've got your squares. So you're getting all 4 sets for platinum price of $55.99 or $87.19. That's a phenomenal saving when you look at what it would be before that saving. And how much of the stock's gone? A quarter of the stock of this is already gone. I'm not surprised. It's incredibly busy for it. It's a fabulous deal. But I think most importantly, you've seen what Sheena's been doing with that when she's been crackling and then putting those beautiful florals on top. So I think today, definitely get your hands on these, the paints, the stamps, the brushes, and you are going to be having the best and most creative time. Johnny, you want me to show something else? Oh, Sheila's got some samples to show us. I beg your pardon. If you'd said Sheila's got some samples to show us, I would have known who you meant, of course. Sorry, Sheila, you're going to show us some samples.
Yeah. Well, you know, again, just reinforcing what we said about changing the look, changing the feel. You've seen how it looks so rustic with a crackle background, how it looks like very country cottage, doesn't it? But look at how modern and how contemporary that looks by keeping it white cord, minimalist, little bit of a coloured matte layer, which you've got those fabulous cord packs that we were just talking about, and they're the little dots that you make the little roses with, and it gives it a completely different look. Imagine gifting a set of hand-painted notelets. How amazing that would be. Wouldn't that be lovely? And painting the box that you put them in. Make the box with a box maker, paint the box. You could even then, you know, you can paint onto candles with this, direct onto candles that you can burn. Not like the tissue ones that you kind of, you don't want to. This paint goes directly onto a candle. So a cord to go with it, and then you've got all these, and then look at how contemporary this one is. This is the butterfly, but monochrome. Karen's painted this.
Isn't that unusual?
And she's overstamped it. Totally different. I love this as well. Another look. So again,
that's my favourite look.
I love that. Do you like that crackled kind of country
really,
look?
it's my
favourite.
Absolutely.
But you see, the thing is, you can change it for different markets, different people, different to yourself.
But how different having that lovely duck egg blue in the background,
and that
with a pop of red.
Yeah,
it's modern, beautiful.
Really, very. Again, that's it. Look at the colours. There's so many colour palettes you can get online now that are, you know, that just popular interior decoration colour palettes and things. Use that as your reference. These paints are all mixable. It's really easy just to you know, have a play, tone them down, tone the colours down. The technique's the same, and they look amazing.
They do. I love that, and I can't wait for the masterclass this afternoon, I have to say. Stay tuned, check out your baskets, make sure you shop ahead and get those deals, because traditionally what happens at the end of Wake Up Call, when it's been such a busy Wake Up Call like it has today for those fabulous deals that we've got for you, you all go shopping in between now and the masterclass, and then we come back with stock updates and you're disappointed. So remember, White Gesso, Royal & Langnickel paintbrushes, the mount board and dies, the pack of paints, which 22 paints for that price, plus 100 mils is absolutely incredible, and your set of Paint Fusion stamps. That's what you need to be shopping for, and all of that is relevant with your Sheena 10 code today. You're going to get that extra 10%. So get yourself, have a look and see what you've already got, what you need to add to do a little bit of shopping, and we'll be back with you in an hour. We're very excited for a masterclass, a Paint Fusion masterclass, and I'm really, really excited. We'll have a little bit more singing, a little bit more fun, maybe a few more hot pasta stories, who knows? Who knows what could come out of our mouths when Sheena and I are together. I've had the most glorious time. Thank you, Sheena. Honestly, we've never done it like this before. It's been the first time for us, and it's just felt like an old pair of slippers. It's been fantastic.
Absolutely.
Not that I'm calling you an old boot, but you know what I mean.
There you go.
An old pair of woolly socks like I've got on today. Thank you very much for joining us. It's been incredible. We'll be back with Sheena for masterclass in 1 hour. So we'll see you then, and don't forget to go check out your basket.